Okay, everybody, it's Drive Mixed Game. Got a quick video for you today. We're going to talk about this California 2024 to 2040 truck mandate. As you guys can see, yes, I did go play basketball again today. I am not giving up my career as a truck driver to try out for the D League. What I'm doing is I'm getting myself in shape for the hot Texas sun. We do have to stay outside of the truck with full PPE, face mask, hard hat, everything on. And you got to make sure that you're conditioned for that. That's what I'm doing. So I've been playing basketball in the middle of the day to get ready for that. But for right now, what we're going to talk about is this California truck emissions mandate thing that is supposedly, I think so, going to help usher in this new era of CNG trucks. And hopefully this should be good for the Hypertruck ERX. So let's talk about this first, okay? Let's look at this article. So we're on calmatters.org. That is the name of the website, and the person that was interviewed, his name is Daniel Sperling. He's at Cal U. You guys can check out the article yourself. It looks like he's some sort of professor, someone who knows a lot about this type of stuff. I'm sure he has all the credentials to prove it, but basically what he said in this article is that California is leading the world when it comes to electric truck mandates, Sperling said. In June 2020, the state adopted the world's first regulation requiring manufacturers to increase sales of zero emissions trucks starting in 2024. Okay, the rule added to existing mandates to phase out the sale of gas-powered transit buses. This is in the state of California by 2029, with the goal of turning over the fleet to entirely zero emission by 2040. So I guess that's basically like the first domino to fall here. This is the first instance where you're seeing the government of a state that has a very large economy. California has, I don't know exactly what number, but it's a very large economy of all the states. In the United States, there are 50, correct me if I'm wrong. Some people say the earth is flat. I still believe it's 50. Some people say Puerto Rico's 51. I don't know, but hey, you guys know what I'm talking about. So is this going to help with sales? Well, I think so. I think that 2024, from like a legislative standpoint, is really going to mark the beginning of the transformation to totally emission-free trucks. We don't talk much about cars here, but as far as trucks go, it seems like Hyliion is in place for that. They kind of just need the kick to get the government on board, I guess, and kind of, force people into the sales of it. But I know what you're thinking, like 2040 seems like a long time and it's only one state on board, but I like to look at it as, I remember when the iPhone came out, maybe a couple people had Blackberries, and I remember people were lining up for iPhones, and most people were like, why are people standing outside for a day to get an iPhone? Most people didn't understand. And now, 15 years later in 2022, I think the first iPhone came out in 2007. You probably could walk around Midtown Manhattan and you probably can't find a person who does not own a smartphone. So when you say 2040, you're like, oh wow, that's like 18 years in the future. You say, oh, it's kind of far off. But if you think about it in terms of how long it took for smartphones to just take over as people's chosen handheld electronic computing device, I kind of like to think of it like that. So, I mean, I can't really speak for Hyliion other than what you guys see from when I'm there at Detmar, whether I'm in the truck or outside the truck, or I see a Hyliion truck or a Hybrid EX moving around. But I think that that's going to help. So that's why I mentioned it in my last video. I think that that's going to help is when you see more of a push. And you see it more now in the news. I think Pete Buttigieg was in the news, if that's how you say his name correctly, and they had allocated quite a large sum of money for electric city buses, and some other people have posted some other articles that I've read, and it seems like the process is happening, but it's going to be easier when there's a deadline and you're forcing trucking companies away from the standard method, which is to use diesel. In my opinion, right now, we're early to the party, okay? But it is going to happen. The shift will happen. You're starting to see it happen. Ironically, CNG is way far behind in the United States, but we have a super large supply of it. I see more CNG vehicles here in the Dominican Republic, which is kind of hilarious. They have CNG cars here, they have CNG buses. I've even seen CNG trucks in Santo Domingo that run to some of the larger stores, and they have quite a few natural gas and propane fueling stations here. They're actually quite common, even out in the country. So I don't know why we're so far behind. I can't really speak to that, and I know the light's changing on the camera. I'm sorry here, but maybe those things will change, but I guess those things are coming, infrastructure and stuff, I don't know. So we'll see in the future. That's all I can really tell you for now. But I think that that's going to help. We'll see. You guys write all your comments down below and tell me what you think, and how terrible the video is, how great it is, or whatever you guys got to comment on it. I know a lot of people comment. I appreciate you guys' comments. Sometimes I have time to read them, sometimes I don't. I'm in the process of going back to work. You guys know that. But check that out, okay? It's calmatters.org. There's quite a decent amount of information on how California is basically forcing cars and trucks to basically go zero emission. And that is probably going to be the tip of the iceberg, which will ultimately lead to, when the time is right, because I know Hyliion is a little bit out of favor right now in terms of an investment, but when the time is right, you will start to see the sales and more Hypertruck ERXs coming online, being implemented. And hopefully the goal would be for you all is that hopefully you don't have to watch my videos anymore. Hopefully by 2030 there's 15 guys on YouTube, you know, making videos driving their Hypertruck ERX, and then you can pick which one that you like better. But you know, right now, you know, we're in a small little niche market that is slowly starting to take over. Wow, talk about the overexposure. All right, we're good now. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna go take a shower, back to training tomorrow, because I'll be back to work on Monday, May 9th. So I'm just doing some training to make sure that I can stand out there in the sun, because if I pass out, I'm not going to be able to make any videos for you guys. And I'm sure you guys want to see what's going on with the truck. All right, peace. I'll talk to you soon. Drive Mix Game.